and gentlemen, welcome to Cleveland Raw Sports. We about to get right into it. I ain't gonna waste too much of your time. We coming right into it first. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for checking out my channel and your support. And we about to get right back into it because a lot of people is paying attention now. Tyvis Powell, man, stood up on him, man, on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Okay? And so that's what we want to see, because now you about to realize that a lot of people that's been covering our sports media been lying to us. And the players, we sit back and we don't expect the fans to believe stuff, and then we find out they believe in all the sports narrative and they wrong. But let's check out, see what's about to be said. Shout out to everybody in Cleveland though. The greatest fan base. Yeah.
So day one of practice in the books. We got Zach's thoughts. You were out there yesterday as well, Jason. Anything that we didn't hit on that caught your eye at all?
The thing with Dylan, it's constant. Everything's moving because of his size. Yeah. It's all boots, rollouts, moving the pocket. Like you can't stand in the pocket.
Yeah, right.
You can't just stand back there and let him pick teams apart. That's not how it's going to work. So that little wrinkle is fascinating to me because that's not the case with the other guys. Kenny's athletic. He can move. Shedeur obviously can move. Dylan can move, or Dylan has to move.
Yeah.
But Flacco can stand in the pocket. So depending on who the quarterback is, will predicate, I think, a lot of how they try and run this.
Which is part of the reason why, as we talked about earlier with Zach, you want to make that decision as soon as possible, because you're gonna.
It is different styles.
Right. You're going to have to run the offense differently if you're Kevin Stefanski, based on who the quarterback is.
Not to mention Dylan's left-handed and the others are right-handed. And I don't expect Dylan Gabriel to be the week one starter. But I'm just saying.
Sure, but
there are drastic differences. These aren't four guys cut from the same cloth. They're very different styles.
You still think Kenny Pickett's going to be the week one starter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I want to make this clear.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating that Kenny's this great quarterback.
I understand
that.
We
understand that.
We understand
Garrett that didn't.
I can't make it take it the way they want. There's nothing you can do about it.
I can't make it any clearer.
I know you've made it clear. I don't agree with you, but I understand what you're saying.
I agree. I think Joe Flacco's the best quarterback on this roster. I don't think he's starting week one though.
So we're not trying to win.
I don't see the point in playing a 40-year-old quarterback. I don't understand.
Well, because
to win games,
they want to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. So you're going to go. So you're going to win 6 games instead of 5 games.
Hello. You play to win. You play to win.
I get it. But you also have to play with a long-term focus on who's the quarterback.
So we should go get Arch Manning and Nick Saban?
I mean, we'll talk about that later.
Well, to me, playing Kenny Pickett is a waste of time also, because he's not any good, and I would rather see the rookies play.
All right, so let's stop right there. So you see he's saying Dylan Gabriel, it's a lot of movement. You have to move the pocket with him because he's the shortest quarterback. And in the NFL, man, with this heat coming, listen, these guys is big, man. Okay? You talking about not just our offensive line and tight ends, but you talking about they D tackles and linebackers, and they coming. They blitzing, they coming. And so you got to move the pocket. And you're going to struggle with, see, a lot of your short quarterbacks, you can move the pocket, especially in the shotgun, it's a little bit easier. But underneath the center, trying to do a play action and all this stuff, it's difficult because you're going to have bad balls. And like you seen with Baker Mayfield is taller. Baker Mayfield like 6 feet, 6'1". Okay? When he played for us, it was a lot of bad balls down. Why go through that when you could... You see what I'm saying? Why go through that? And then you have to change your whole offensive structure compared to the other quarterbacks who can actually be in the pocket, but you don't have to do that. And he's left-handed and everybody's right-handed. You see? So now y'all see what I'm saying. Not to say he can't play quarterback, but come on, this is the NFL. So we're going to see in practice, and we definitely going to see in preseason what they scheme up for him, but we trying to win the Super Bowl, man. Okay? We trying to win this. We want the best quarterbacks on the team. Not experiments. But we're going to test out and see. Not to say Dylan Gabriel's experiment, none of that. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of stuff you got to do for him to be successful. And if you can't see us winning with him, what he doing on the team? What he doing on the team? Okay?
I would rather see the rookies play as well. I would.
Yeah. But they may not be ready to go.
For week one, I'm talking week one. Yeah, I think Kenny's going to be the starter for week one. Doesn't mean he's going to be the starter in week 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah.
But for week one, and by the way, he's been first on all of the first team reps.
Yeah.
So I guess Joe took some during OTAs.
Yeah.
They flip-flop back and forth. But like first day, first rep, OTAs, it was Kenny. First day, first rep, yesterday, it was Kenny. Why is this such a shock to say that? I don't understand why people are so appalled to think Kenny's going to start.
Because I think most people think he stinks, and what are they doing here?
All right, I get it.
Yeah.
But they don't. They don't think he does.
Okay, well, they're usually wrong.
What do you think? You got to watch him. What do you think of Kenneth Pickett?
I think Joe Flacco's better.
Okay.
And I think Kenny's going to start. Like, that's it. Yeah, I think Joe's the best quarterback I've seen.
Okay.
In the camps.
So basically, what you're saying is, if Kenny Pickett starts, the Browns are telling everybody that they don't really want
winning is not priority.
No, I think they feel like they can compete with Kenny. I think they feel like they can, and he's a lot younger.
What you're saying makes absolutely no sense.
Why?
Because if Joe Flacco is head and shoulders better than everybody, you're going to try to tell me that you're going to get rid of Joe Flacco, or not even get rid of. You're not going to play Joe Flacco. You're going to play Kenny Pickett when Joe is clearly the better quarterback. But you're going to tell me that you want to win games, but you don't want to play the best guy.
If NFL teams
makes no sense.
If the NFL teams valued my opinion, I'd be working for NFL teams. They don't care what I think.
Well,
but when I
don't want to
stand
work
there,
that hard.
well, that's true too. When I stand there. And when I'm from where I'm standing, when I'm watching, Joe's got the best arm. He's got the best feel for the offense. Yeah, I think he's the best quarterback. But I also think he's 40 years old at the end of his career. And they're not going to say this, but they know they're not going anywhere this season. They know it. So they would rather play
You don't
the
know
young.
it.
No, they do.
You don't.
They would rather play the younger kid and see if you strike lightning. I don't think that they will.
What if they did? Let's say Kenneth Pickett goes out there.
Is the next Samuel Darnold.
No, let's say he go out there and he throw for 5,500 yards and
chance.
40 touchdowns. Are they going to sign him long term?
Probably.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they might.
With what money?
5,500 yards
With what
and 40
money?
touchdowns?
With what
They
money?
will.
With
They
what
will.
money?
They will.
There is no way.
Guys, first of all, there's zero chance that that's happening. So there was no point in discussing.
With what money is all I want to know.
It does.
Jason, Lloyd, and Mary Kay. See, this what happens. They trying to get trade value for Kenny Pickett, so they lie to the public and they go with whatever narrative that the organization is pushing. They messed up when they brought Kenny Pickett in. Okay? They brought him in first. Then they go get our guy, Joe Flacco. Right? Proved himself. Come back player of the year. I don't care about his age. I look and see if he still got the strongest arm. You know what I mean? Then, in the draft, they go get 2 quarterbacks. If they was happy with Kenny Pickett like they truly say, why would they go get these many quarterbacks? You see? Now they realize, okay, wait a minute. We got too many quarterbacks. We traded to get Kenny Pickett, okay? And we get a 5th round pick, okay? So listen, they trying to figure out how to trade him now. So they pushing the narrative, they got him starting and doing all that stuff. Okay? But I don't like the lying to the public. You could do all this without lying. And if you can't do it, it is what it is. Put the best 1, 2, and 3 guys on the field. Mainly the number 1 and the number 2 is the most important. Or your starter is in the backup. In my opinion, it's Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders. And we get Dylan Gabriel a shot because they drafted him. But like I say, it's a lot of stuff you got to move around for the offense. But Jason, Lloyd, Mary Kay, and a lot of these different people, the organization say, look, this is what we're trying to do. Okay, tell the public that Kenny Pickett is the starter. When it don't even make sense. He Listen, it don't make sense. But they still say push these things. That's why you hear them say, oh, this, in my opinion, Joe Flacco is better. But I know how the Browns think. They, no. What you know is what they telling you to push. And these people get paid to push narratives. Now the Cleveland sports fans know. Now y'all know what's really going on. Okay?
There's no reason to keep any one of them if you start one or the other anyway.
Right. Whichever veteran starts, to me, I would let the other go. But
they spent the last 3 weeks of last August trying to make a quarterback trade, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
The August before, they made a surprise quarterback trade, and it burned them because they didn't have a guy when DTR had to play. So you just never know. It's too early for that.
That's true.
For that discussion.
It's one of those things that you can't really carry forward because the league is just going to call you a bluff. It's going to be like, you're going to cut one of them. We'll just wait.
Here's two things. One, it's way premature because we don't know who will become available, who's even going to stay healthy of this group, whatever. But the second thing is there's two layers. One, nobody else in the league probably wants these guys. But if somebody needs one, these guys don't make any money by quarterback standards.
That's
so
true.
They are very tradable, both Pickett and Flacco. Any other quarterback, they're way at the bottom end. And that's why the Browns have these guys, right? Seeing where this happens. That makes them movable if it does happen, but we're weeks away.
Yeah, we got a while.
I mean, now it turns out it was nothing with Justin Fields. It looks like a dislocated toe. But that's exactly, I mean, the starting quarterback gets carried off on a cart on the first day.
Exactly.
A team's going to go looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, the Saints don't really have a quarter. I mean, I know they're going with Tyler Shook, but, who knows?
And the Titans now don't have a number 2.
They don't have a 2, right? Who is their number 2?
Brandon Allen now.
Oh, gosh.
No, Kyle Allen, sorry.
Kyle Allen.
Same bum, different name.
Kyle Allen.
Same bum, different name.
Nobody wanted Joe Flacco either. He sat out there for a month in free agency, and no teams came calling for him.
And yet, he's the best quarterback on this roster.
What does that tell you about the state of the quarter? And that's just my opinion.
By the way, if they really
You know what? I'm going to see it on Tuesday because I'm going.
Good. Hopefully they let Joe throw.
The Browns made 3 moves, essentially 3 quarterback moves. Well, really 4 after trading for Kenny Pickett. They signed Flacco, that's 1. But 3, they made 3 long-term moves, potentially. They drafted Dylan Gabriel, they drafted Shedeur Sanders. But first, they traded down to get a pick for a quarterback potentially next year. So I just don't buy that they think if they really thought there was a legitimate shot that Kenny Pickett could be the last long-term option, would they have done all of those things? They obviously can't think it's more than a long shot.
Of course. I keep saying the next future quarterback of the Browns isn't on the team yet. He's in the draft. He's in next year's draft. That's how they're viewing this right now, and it's on Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders to change their mind. I'm not even including Kenny Pickett in that.
Yeah. Well, they were really stupid. If that's the case, and it probably is, then they were really stupid to draft 2 quarterbacks.
Why? Take a shot.
Well, you have
due to
the
fact that you wasted a 3rd round pick on a guy that's never going to play. That's a very valuable spot.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
The Shedeur thing is 5th round doesn't matter.
Yeah, the 5th round thing, whatever. But the 3rd round pick, those guys can
G was screaming draft 2. Well,
everybody said draft 2.
But now we're going to kill him for drafting 2 and call it a waste of a
nothing.
pick?
But if they're a wasted pick, why did you do that? If you knew going into your heart of hearts when you made that trade for that next round pick, you essentially said to yourself, we're done with any of these quarterbacks. We don't think none of them is the long-term answer. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, why even waste the pick on a quarterback?
Because I still think you want to take the year to take a look at guys, and maybe you strike.
What difference does it make? You get one next year anyway.
Well, no, if one of
and we did a whole exercise saying that this is not enough time to evaluate a quarterback.
I agree. So now imagine if we sat here and they didn't take 1 quarterback in the draft.
They better have
people would be losing their mind.
Took a wide receiver.
And by the way, even though they have 2 first-round picks, and even though we think they're going to be bad, we don't know for sure they're going to have the opportunity to draft a good quarterback next year.
Oh, 7 and 10, huh?
Tyvis, they could go 5 and 12 and end up with the 4th pick, and there might be 2 quarterbacks, and the top 2 teams might be quarterbacks.
All the quarterbacks out here in this draft supposed to be like a record year.
If they go 5 and 12, they will be in position to get a quarterback. It may not be their number 1 choice, but they will be in position to get a quarterback.
Again, probably. but not 100%. And so you don't know.
I'll probably make it safely to Browns, but I could watch
that's
Netflix and get crushed by a truck.
We don't know how many.
You can't watch. It's only a
If the Browns get, so if you're getting your third option at quarterback next year, that's not great. You don't know that guy's going to be any good.
Okay, but
Most years there's 2 good quarterbacks. That's the number. 2, 2.5.
If they win 5 games next year, they're going to be in position to draft.
Giants won 5 games. They took Jackson Dart.
Because the quarterback class sucked.
Well, we don't know it's going to be good next
right.
year. We keep saying this. You're just assuming it's going to be good. It might be.
Well, I can't remember the last time there was shit quarterback classes in back-to-back years.
I'm just saying, but it could be a good quarterback.
It's never been a year where it's been 6 good quarterbacks in first and
might
one
only
round.
be 2.
6. All right, then what? Then again, what is your solution? What is your solution?
My solution is to play.
No. I want to hear from you. What is your solution to finding a franchise quarterback?
You got to get it through the draft. I'm just saying it's not going to.
That's what I've been saying for 6 months.
But I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying you're making it seem like it's a short thing. You're going to be able to get
I've
it next year.
never said it's a sure thing. I said it's a calculated risk, but it's the best chance.
I agree.
Everything is a calculated risk. You have to take the best chance. This is their best chance to find
I
it.
agree, but the point was, Tyvis said, well, what was the point of drafting him if you don't have time to evaluate? But there may be a scenario where one of these rookies looks pretty good, and if you have the opportunity to draft a top quarterback next year, you're going to do it. But you could be in a scenario, it may not be that likely, but you could be in a scenario where one of them looks pretty good, and you only have access to the third best quarterback in next year's draft. And you know what? Maybe Shedeur Sanders or maybe Dillon Gabriel showed me enough that I'd rather move forward with them than the third best quarterback.
You know why you take
draft.
2? Because Kyle Shanahan told his owner in the middle of training camp of Brock Purdy's rookie year, that kid's the best quarterback we've got.
Yeah.
And they knew it right away. And that's why you do it. You roll the dice, you take a chance. I mean, you want to take another crappy receiver in the 3rd round who's going to get cut in 2 years? That's been their history with 3rd-round receivers. So take the chance.
I mean, we keep missing on quarterbacks, but they keep swinging. So
I
why
know,
not
'cause
keep
it's
swinging at wide receiver?
Because quarterback is the most important position, and you're not going anywhere until you get one.
Okay.
Yeah, and listen, just because we may not like Dillon Gabriel or whatever, or you may not think he's good, or I may not.
They obviously think he's very good.
I ain't never one time ever stood up
Okay,
here and
whatever.
said
Whoever.
That's
a lot of
Garrett.
people don't think he's really good.
They think he's very good.
You know, we'll see. Now,
I said the dude was a baller at Oregon.
Their track record of what they think is good has not really been good.
If he's 4 inches taller, he's a first-round pick. I do.
Well, but
believe
he's
that.
not.
I know he's not.
So,
but I'm saying, like, he's got everything but the height. Now, that's a really important thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's not a lot of successful short quarterbacks.
I'm just telling you why they like him. They like him.
I hear you, but again, it's hard to have faith in them because most of what they've done has gone wrong in terms of picking players.
I guess my whole issue with the whole thing with what you're saying is it literally goes back to the conversation that we had, I believe, last year or maybe this year. I can't remember when we had it, but it's about the mentality and the culture.
Yeah.
Financial system updated.
That they are pretty much losers at heart. Like that's what it is. Like we've been losing for many, many years, and naturally we just losers. And you're about to go get the franchise quarterback and bring him and drop him into the locker room of guys who have a loser's mentality. It's not. He's going to become a loser.
No, I agree with that.
It is.
Well, what have we seen? What have we seen with Joe Burrow? The Bengals were losers.
Joe Burrow is, first of all, Joe Burrow was a former Buckeye, and you know what we Buckeyes do. You know, we go to franchises and we just change things. With that being said,
you're right.
He was different. That's special.
Well, but that's what we're talking about. Hopefully, the Browns getting at some point. No.
I got to see the quarterbacks this year. I got to see. I need this college year to play out because
you don't see it.
No. Every quarterback I look at is who you give me a name.
I don't.
Give me a name.
I don't
Jason.
know. I have no clue.
Arch Manning. He hasn't played. He played 2 games against the worst 2 teams on the Texas schedule last year. Garrett Nussmeier throws interceptions. Drew Aller talking about he trying to dirt a ball and he throws a game-winning or game-losing interception. Like, who you gonna tell me? Like, who? Kane Klubnik played good in the second half of the season.
The only thing I'll say to that, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but we just talked about Joe Burrow, right? The year before the Bengals drafted him, he wasn't going to be the first pick in the draft.
No, that's why he went back for another year.
Right.
And look what happened.
And look how much better he was. I'm not saying that's going to happen.
This is what, but this is the thing. This is what I love you and I respect you.
Yeah.
Stop comparing everybody to Joe Burrow.
Okay, fair
Joe
enough.
Burrow is one of one.
You're right.
Like
You're right.
that's a totally different dude.
My point is, you're right. That's fair.
But he's not the only one whose stock drastically changed.
Right.
in
His
1
stock. Some of these guys. You're right. As of now, it doesn't look like there's a clear guy.
But the guys who evaluate this for a living, the guys who do get paid for this, see these quarterbacks as better than the ones that came out last year. Now, 6 months from now, you might be right. 6 months from now, it could be trash again.
So my whole thing is, say they are trash again. What was the point?
They're screwed.
So why not win the games now? I'm not about to go out. I am not going out there risking my life every Sunday because you don't care and you want us to lose.
They don't have
I'm not doing that.
They don't have the talent to win the games now.
But they have.
As a player, Jason, I am not.
the coaches
you
wanna
putting
win.
my life at risk for this.
Yes.
To be a loser,
Jason,
like you
you're
set me up
looking
to
at-
fail.
I'm looking at it from a GM's
If
perspective.
that's the case, everybody on the Browns should
but
request
you're-
a trade.
but Tyvis
That's
is
what I
right. In
feel.
the
Of
beginning
course
of the
he's
year,
right.
I'd
play to
request
win.
a trade.
Of course he's right.
Play to win. The coaches
course.
want to win. The
Yes.
players want to win.
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing it. Tyvis is right. If they don't play Joe Flacco, unless one of the rookies just explodes on the scene, if they don't play Joe Flacco, it's a disservice to a Joel Bitonio who essentially came out of retirement to play one more season, and Myles Garrett, who was sick of all this shit here.
Myles Garrett knew what he was signing up for.
I
when he
hear
took
ya,
the extension.
but
Joel knew what he was walking into, and he came back.
You got to try to win. At the beginning of the year, you try your best to win.
From a player's perspective,
yes.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Yes, when the Giants won their last game that cost them the first-round pick, and fans ripped other fans for saying they should have lost, that's wrong. At that point, I get it. But in the beginning of the year, every team owes it to their fan base. Every team owes it to the players, and the coaches want to win. Nobody wants to lose.
Of course, yes,
That's
of course.
it. And
They
you're
go out
right,
there-
there's a loser
They go out there
mentality
and take
here.
all they want, and then Kevin get fired, and then they gonna be like, then
Right.
you gonna be looking crazy.
I'm just telling you, I've talked to executives in all three sports who talk about sometimes you got to lose to win. They all look at it that way.
Right.
Not every
But the Browns
executive.
have lost
I want to be clear.
Yeah.
Not every executive looks at it that way. There are executives in every sport
many
that looks at it
variables.
that way. Sometimes you have to lose
Okay,
in
go
order
on.
to eventually win.
I've
Now,
been
it's
down
not-
on the Guardians, but they don't do that.
They don't. That's
many
what I'm saying.
variables.
It's not every executive and it's not lost on me either that the Steelers and the Browns are in very similar situations right now. And the Steelers are like, give us the 41-year-old quarterback and we're going to go and we don't care about finding the
right.
quarterback of the future. And they have a much different culture than what the Browns have here.
The Steelers and the Ravens don't do that, and they I mean,
Well, the Ravens had Flacco and then they drafted Lamar.
Yeah, that's
Like they went right from one to the other. The Packers
fair.
are the same way. They go
All
from one
I'm
to the
saying
other.
is, you go out there and lose some games if you want to. You playing a dangerous game because you get fired, you won't get paid, and they can always get rid of you. So
Browns have been losing
it's a
for 30
very
years.
dangerous game.
It hasn't led to much.
I'm
Or
just
you
telling
can go- or
you,
you can go-
trade requests, all that can happen.
Or you can-
this whole team could be, all the pillars could be gone.
The Browns went winless and they extended the coach. True story. They didn't win a game and they gave the coach an extension.
And then what happened?
Then they fired him.
Jimmy Haslam's a number.
Like I said, it's too many variables.
I hear you. You and I.
You telling
actually,
me I'm gonna go out there? Let's go 0-17, and then you're gonna preach to me that you know what? We're building a winning culture
No.
around here.
No.
Really?
You and I actually.
Oh,
think
really?
We agree more than you think we do. I agree with everything you said. Everything you said. But I also know.
I understand what you're saying. The only way we got a chance to get out of this is getting a franchise quarterback,
Yeah.
and it's through the draft. I get all that.
Yeah.
My thing is, you can get that guy. It's not just one. It could be the sixth. It could be the fifth best guy. It could be the sixth best guy. If your coaching is worth anything and you're good at developing players, you should be able to get the best out of them. You just need it to be a first round talent. You should be able to groom that first round talent. That's just how I feel. But you know what? Coaching is different nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, we get paid enough and we just try to just live off the players. We don't really do too much to coach players up and develop people anymore. So that's another story. I'm old school.
And to your point, I won't bring up Joe Burrow. I'll bring everybody else up as an example. If you look at all the other top quarterbacks in the league, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, right? Those are 6 of the best quarterbacks in the league, correct? Mm-hmm. I don't think any of them were the first quarterback taken in their draft.
They were not. Which is why all I keep saying is the Browns will be in
Joe
position.
Burrow was.
He didn't
I'm
mention
saying
Burrow.
I left
Oh,
out
you
Burrow.
left out Burrow.
Left out Burrow. The
Allen,
other
Jackson, Stroud, Mahomes,
Hurts, and Daniels.
Yeah, definitely. None of them
None
were
of
the
them were
top.
the first quarterback taken in their draft. And that's 6 of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Which is why I keep saying the Browns will be in position
Probably.
to attempt
Yes.
to try once again
Yes.
to find a franchise quarterback. That's all. I'm not saying
Right.
they're going to get it right. I'm not saying they're going to get the
Certainly
number
not.
1 pick. I'm not saying they're going to get it right. I'm saying all they can do now is try and put themselves in position to solve this problem.
Right.
And that's what they're trying to do.
But in the same vein, they're trying to win. Players want to win.
Players want to win. Absolutely.
And the coaches want
Coaches
to win.
want to win.
Kevin Stefanski
He wants to win every
wants
game.
to win.
Yep.
He can't be going into it thinking
Then there's no way that
about next year.
If that's the case, there's no way Joe Flacco ain't jogging out there against Cincinnati.
no way he won't.
No way.
He has to play.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it there.
I gotta see.
You see, he agreed with Tyvis. Now, the reason he agreed because he know he telling the truth. Now, what Jason Lloyd don't want to tell you is that, hey man, I'm really pushing the narrative that the Browns organization want me to push because they trying to trade Kenny Pickett and get trade value for him. See? They got a job to do, and their job is not telling the truth to the Cleveland Browns fans. Their job is to push whatever narrative. Now, let me tell you about the GM, Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry's decision making is below average. Okay? And we can see by all the moves that's being made. For one, he didn't want Shedeur. The owner had to step in. They didn't even realize how poor he was. And then when you look and see, yes, Gabriel did great in college, but this the NFL, and then you have to look at, you got to change up your whole offense. You got to change up your whole offense because he's left-handed and he's underside. You have to move the pocket. You have to look at in this league if it's going to be back balls. Now listen, if Dylan Gabriel is the guy, okay, he got to go against the ones in the NFL on other teams. And that's not easy to do. So, that's what Tyvis was like, come on. In the 3rd round, you could have picked somebody else. What you didn't look at is how you didn't look and see if you had to change up the whole game plan? Andrew Berry? Kevin Stefanski? And you try to sell us Kenny Pickett. So now y'all know our sports media has not been honest with us in Cleveland. And these the facts. And you can see it for yourself. If you think I'm lying, you can look right at it and see. Okay? We need better decision making from the GM, especially the coaching staff. Do we got the talent to win? Yes, we got the talent to win. Especially if we look at 23. Flacco come to play. Listen, these guys come to play. They're not coming in to throw next year for another quarterback. Especially the guys that's on 1 year contract. They trying to play hard, man, to get extended. Loser mentality from those covering sports has certain fan base. No. Stop all that, man. Stop that right now. These guys work too hard all year to prepare. They work too hard all year to prepare. So, now y'all can see. Thank y'all for tuning in. Continue to watch Cleveland Raw Sports. I'm going to keep it in real. I'm not paid by nobody. Okay? I'm telling the truth. No matter what, I'm telling the truth. And it can't be hidden. So I'm letting the fans know what's really going on. Alright? Clean forever. Go Browns.